All right, so we are going to be drawing self-portraits. Anytime you draw or paint or sculpt a person, it's called a portrait. And when you do a picture of yourself, it's called a self-portrait, right? Nowadays, self-portraits are called what? Selfies. Selfies, okay? So some of you guys might know that if you have iPhone, a tablet, an iPad, an iPod, maybe you borrow your mom or dad's phone. Some of you might have experience taking selfies. So we're going to draw our own selfie today, okay? And when we do that, we're going to use a pencil. Some things to keep in mind when you're using a pencil, make sure you are sketching, not just drawing. So when we sketch, we use our pencil and do it light and little pieces at a time instead of just drawing. So again, if I'm going to do a line, I would just sketch it lightly and a little piece at a time to make my full line instead of just drawing a line. So the same with the shape. If I were going to draw a circle, sketching it is going to get you better results than just drawing it. Okay? It's going to be more accurate. And not only that, but when you erase, if you need to erase, the things that you sketch will erase and you won't be able to see them near as much as the items that you draw outright. And I don't have an eraser here, so I can't show you, but you can take my word for it. Okay? I would not put your name on the back of the paper yet. In case you mess up, I want you to be able to still use the other side. Okay? So don't put your name on the back of the paper like you usually do. But you will need a piece of this white paper. This is just copy paper. You'll need a pencil, and if it needs sharpened, there's the manual sharpener under the flag. There's the electric sharpener on the ledge, and you can get a large eraser if you'd like to. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate first, and then you'll have the chance to work. Okay. So, to start, we're going to draw the shape of our head. Now, different people have different shapes of their head, okay? Some people are just categorized as oval. Some are a little more round, like circle. Some faces are considered square shape. If they're a little more blocky up on the top where the forehead is and on the jawline, that's considered square. Some people's faces are more heart-shaped. A little bit larger on top, and then the jaw and the chin kind of go down and smaller. That's heart-shaped. If you're not sure what shape your head is, you could go look in the mirror by the sink when it's your time to work, or there's 2 iPads up on the chalk ledge. You can just open the camera app if it's not already open and just take a look at that and see what shape it is, okay? You are drawing yourself, so you're drawing a selfie, okay? You're not drawing another person. Okay, you're drawing yourself. So, you're going to start by sketching your head, and we do want it to be a little bit larger, okay? We want your head to be about real life size. A person's face is about the size of their hand, and if you don't believe me, try it out. Put your hand on your face, starting at your chin. And your fingers will go about to your eyebrow to your forehead. That's the shape. That's where your face is. The shape that we are drawing is your entire head. Okay? You're not just drawing your face. We're drawing your entire head. So when we talk about proportions, I'm talking about from the chin all the way up to the top of the head. Not the top of your face, where your eyebrows are, or where your forehead is, where your hairline is, but at the very, very top of your head. Like if you're looking straight on at someone, the top of their head. Okay? After you have the shape of your head, and feel free to erase if you need to, sketch it out. And like always, I'm going to go kind of quickly so that you have plenty of time to work. But I do want you to take your time, do your best, erase if you need to. Okay? You can go ahead and do your neck. The neck kind of curves out at the bottom where it goes into your shoulders. Okay? We're not going to worry about ears or anything like that now. We'll save that for last. So just go ahead and do the face of the shape of your head and your neck. Okay? And again, if I had an eraser, I would be making that a little more particular. But we're going to draw your guidelines now. So going from the very top of the head to the chin, You're going to sketch a line about halfway. We are sketching because this is not going to stay there. We want it to end up being erased. So sketch a light line halfway between the top of the head and the chin. Halfway between that line and the chin, sketch another line. The first line that you drew, that's going to be the middle of your eyes. This line that you drew is the bottom of your nose. Then halfway between that line and the chin, you are going to draw another line. That will be the middle of the mouth. So the guidelines that you drew, the middle of your eyes, the bottom of your nose, and the middle of your mouth. Okay? So we're going to start with the eyes. When you draw eyes, what shape are they? Oval, football shaped. Yeah, if you picture a football, so not just an oval, but they're kind of pointy on the sides. Some people describe them as almond shaped. Okay? And in between your eyes, it's about the width of an eye. Okay? So when we draw our eyes, we're going to leave the space in between them that's about the size of an eye. We're going to draw an eye on each side. And our pupil is going to be about the size of your eraser. And we'll talk a little more about that in a moment. Okay? So if you just go ahead and sketch out your almond shape using that guideline as the middle of the eye. Okay? And again, I'm going to work quickly so that you have more time to work. So you're going to draw your almond shape, erase if you need to. Okay? Under the top line that you drew, you're going to draw another line that goes along the same edge, touches the same corners. That is your eyelid. Okay? When we look at a person or look at ourselves in the mirror or on our phone, we don't see all of your eyeball. That would be scary. Okay? You can see that the eyelid overlaps the person's eye. You don't even see all of the iris, the complete circle. So if you draw the pupil about the size of your eraser, like I said, draw a pupil, then draw the iris. You're not actually drawing a circle for the iris. You're just implying that it is a circle by making these two curved lines. You can sketch it a little bit if you want to, or just finish it more later. But you can make it so it looks a little more realistic, a little darker around the outside. Some people's eyes have kind of some specks that go in towards the pupil. Okay, so the pupil about the size of your pencil eraser. Your iris kind of curves around there. I'm not going to finish this eye though, just going to do it kind of quickly. Okay, so your eyelashes. Eyelashes do not come from the top of your eyelid. They come from the bottom eyelid. Again, you don't believe me? Go look in the mirror. Or if you need to look at someone else, go ahead and do that. They're connected to the bottom. They also are not just straight lines that come out like a porcupine. Okay? They kind of curve. They curve towards the center. So when I do eyelashes, I do them slowly, just a few at a time, and then I build in from there. Okay? I press hard with my pencil to start with, and then I let up as I'm drawing it, and that's going to kind of make the tip of it a little bit thinner, and that's going to make it look curved and like an actual hair. I'll show you what I mean. So I start on the bottom part of this top eyelid, press hard, kind of curve up, just do a few at a time. I can come back in and do another row. They can kind of curve down towards the eye and overlap that line a little bit. They can be thicker in some places than others. Obviously, a girl is going to have more eyelashes and maybe be a little more curved than the boys. Bottom eyelashes, I usually just draw a few. These can be straight down. You probably don't have any in the middle. They might be a little thicker towards the middle or the outside edge. Okay? And again, I'm not going to do the other eye for the sake of time. Your eyebrow is made up of what? Hair. So don't just draw a line for your eyebrows anymore. Remember, we're trying to make them realistic, correct? We are going to make little hairs. The eyebrow will arch, okay? It arches. Girls obviously might be a little bit thinner on the edge. They might arch a little more. That is our eyebrow, okay? Not just a big furry caterpillar, okay? This next line down here is for the nose. That's the bottom of your nose. What are some shapes that you've used before to draw a nose?
I do like this.
Okay, I'm hearing triangles. Okay, some people use, yep, like an upside down 7. Some people just do a line and a little hook. But if we want it to look realistic, we can just draw kind of a U shape that's touching the line with a smaller U shape on each side, or kind of like a hook. I only connect one side of my nose to the eyebrow. Okay? Some people connect 2. That's just personal preference. Okay? So a U shape with a smaller U on each side. And then from that line, again, if I had an eraser, I'd correct that. A line there. Okay? So, lips. This line is the middle of your lips. Your lips are just a little bit wider than your nose. Okay? And when I draw lips, I make the top lip kind of look like a book would look like if it was laying open on the table. If you can imagine a book laying on the table that's open, the pages in the middle kind of go up and then down towards the outside. So kind of come up and then down towards the outside. Girls' lips might be a little larger, a little fuller, or they might not be. Okay? The bottom lip, I just go ahead and do that. So you could do any sort of tweaking at this point, adjust anything, erase if it needs to. I would redo the nose if it were me. You can erase your guidelines at that point. You can shade in the lips a little bit if you want to. I'm going to talk about hair next and then ears quickly, okay? So the way we drew this is the top of the head. This is not the top of the face. It's the top of the head. So we're not going to draw the hair coming from the top here, okay? If you're a boy, this is going to be filled with hair. So maybe it's going to be just little pieces. Maybe you're going to shade the whole thing in all the way down here. Maybe you have a part and you have longer hair. Okay? Boys, just go ahead and draw hair however you feel that you want it to be. Girls, if your hair is going to be pulled back, just think about where the hair is going, the direction of it, where it's being pulled back. Okay? But typically for my hair, I like to just draw a part. Could be a side part, could be a center part. And then I just draw the hair coming from there, going around this head all the way down. Obviously, if it's curly, make it curly. If you want it to be layered, make it layered. Okay? So I would just keep going and going and going, like the Energizer Bunny, and just make it as dark as possible. Okay? Bangs would come out from there. Okay? My hair would not be done at this point. I would keep going and going until it is, there's more there. Okay? At this point, I would maybe touch up my chin a little bit, the shape of it with my eraser. If you want to add any jewelry, you can add some jewelry. Okay? Ears I didn't draw because, well, number one, I think it's hard to draw a realistic ear. Number two, the hair is covering the ear, so what was the point of drawing it? Okay? But if you drew an ear, it would go between this guideline and this guideline. Okay? Your ear goes between the guideline for the middle of your eyes and the guideline from the bottom of your nose. Okay? Obviously outside the head. So if you can imagine what a peanut looks like, the peanuts that you buy that are still in the shell, they're kind of shaped like this, kind of an 8 shape. If you picture that cut in half, that's one way to draw the ears. Okay, let me show you what I mean. If this is your head, and these are your guidelines, you could draw the ear, go up, go down. Okay, so this shape, up, down. If you want to add any of the inside parts of the ear, you can. If it's going to be covered with the hair, go ahead and do that. Sideburns would obviously be beside the ear. Okay, if any of you gentlemen or women have any sideburns. Okay, so questions. Any questions about what to do? Okay, supplies, like I said, you're going to need a pencil, an eraser, a white sheet of paper. Don't put your name on it until the end of class. and you will need about 2 or 3 minutes to clean up, okay, just to get your pencil away. If it needs sharpened for the next class, sharpen it, erase or put away. Your papers can go in the cupboard on the shelf that has your teacher's name on it. So in the wooden cupboard by the door. Any questions? All right, you guys know what I expect as far as working respectfully, working responsibly, okay? No put downs. If you need to use the mirror or the iPad, go ahead. Just leave them there. Don't take the iPads to your table. Okay?